And we are live with session 15 of Hunter the Reckoning First Edition. And we are live
Woohoo!
with session 15. We had to skip last time. Does anybody remember what happened when we last played?
Oh, so I was there for the last session?
Yes.
Okay. Well, let's see.
Zombies
Last
attacked Sean's
time.
apartment.
Sorry, what was that?
Zombies attacked Sean's apartment.
Yeah, they did. Zombies just showed up and attacked, and we had a big fight, ran over several of. Yes. There was a ghost that was attacking there, and
I had dinner.
yes, you had dinner with Demetria, and Sarah was very stressed out about that because she's terrified of Demetria.
It's fine, perfect, fine, no problems.
It was fine, which makes me somehow even more scared. But here we go.
Am I the only one getting broken audio?
I'm not.
I'm hearing everyone just fine.
Is your internet acting weird?
My voice connection seems to be okay through Discord.
And we can hear you fine.
I'm picking up the occasional roboting.
From anyone specific or?
Owen.
I'll just try disconnecting and reconnecting real quick, see if. 1 2 1 2 testing.
Yeah, you're okay at the moment.
Well, I'll see if it starts acting up again. Also, I think remember if I was able to. Yeah, I was looking into a bit like how to deal with mind control and memory loss and things like that. And yeah, we found out that the park had kind of like a bit of a magical hotspot. It was like there's some twisted energy there, and if you want to be using that for any messed up, and then we killed a bunch of zombies, and then a bunch more ran away, which was fortunate because they were right about to start killing us. And then the police were on their way, and then all of a sudden they weren't on their way. And I think we ended like right in the aftermath of that. Like the zombies had all either died or run away, and we were gonna figure out what on earth to do after that.
I think Sean told us that we have an hour or something, or half an hour or something before we clean up.
Sean had gotten a phone call during the aftermath there that he took, and then he got a text message, something like that. And those in the apartment, which was Sarah and Ezekiel and Dakota, although I don't think Dakota was aware. I forget. Ezekiel was able to hide from somebody, but not who he wanted to hide from. I think
he was invisible to Dakota, but I think Sean saw him.
Yeah, either way, Sean said that he had a message that you have about an hour before the police will show up.
So we have an hour to clean up.
Oh, God. Time to get a lot of bodies into a pickup truck with bodies splattered across it and get it out of town. All right, well, I guess we're just gonna go ahead and do a quick scene from Pulp Fiction, right? Is that what we're doing now?
Well, exactly what do we need to cover up?
I mean, we've got a whole bunch of bodies, and we got a car that hit a lot of people.
How many? Exactly. And they're like necessitated old, right? So it's not like anything recently old.
There
They are
were.
corpses, right?
Yes, there are corpses. Let me see. Do I have how many there were?
I think 3 or 4 at least that I think got downed. Because he kept running over a couple with my car.
I want to say 3 of them had gone up into the apartment, and there were a total of 10. 2 of them, I think, got up and ran away. So there were 5 down below that had either been ran over, or I think Dakota managed to shred one of them before going into the apartment.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to pick up there. Several of them, 2 of them ran away, at which point Carl was able to touch one of them and get a trail going.
Right.
You notice, those of you outside, that the sirens had stopped. Nobody has communicated to the fact of what was going on with that just yet. Inside, Sarah and Dakota are there, and Sean and his bodyguard are there. And yes, he is now flipping his phone closed. We have an hour.
So the hour is more to get our story straight and kind of figure out what we're going to be doing here.
Well, there's no like blood evidence or anything like that.
Correct, right?
So
These are
all
just,
we need to
corpses that have been long dead, right? After they're killed.
Yeah.
No, looking around, some of these are fresh corpses.
Oh.
Oh god. Also, we should
Wait,
check
is there
if
actually
any
like
of them...
blood on my truck now?
Yes, there is blood on your truck.
All right. Well, Sarah is going to head out and immediately let everyone outside know about this as well. Figure out what to do.
Huh? We could load all the bodies in the back of a pickup truck and take them somewhere, but where?
I don't know, somewhere out in the mountains. Just throw them off a cliff.
That cabin. Well, first things first. We just need to get them moved. Oh god, it's fresh.
Yeah, fresh bodies. That's
I
an
will
interesting
say
one.
that 4 of them are recently deceased, to the point
Right.
that they still have liquid in them, but not fresh liquid. It's somewhat congealed, somewhat sticky and goopy.
Right.
Huh.
Sarah is going to be like checking. Do they have like wallets and ID? And for any that don't, she's going to be forcing herself to try to take a good look at their faces, try and remember them, so that she can try to figure out who they were later. But otherwise, asking Carl where he keeps the bleach.
For Sarah doing that, give me a, we'll say, dexterity plus alertness.
Oh boy, dexterity alertness. Oh, those are not things I'm great at. And I'll spend 1 willpower on this. Difficulty 6.
Yes. This is more to determine how long this takes.
Mm-hmm. Well, that'll be a 0. No botch because of the willpower.
Okay.
So she's searching the bodies and looking for IDs and stuff like
Yeah.
that. All right. While
I've got
she's
1
doing
strength.
that-
I won't be the most use in cleaning up bodies, regardless.
Yeah. I won't be moving but muddy bodies either, so not without help. I will at least look at the damage on my car. How bad is it? My truck.
It's not.
Because they only like scraped it up a bit. Like I don't think they even got a. They only dented it a few times, and that's about it.
Yeah, it's got some dents in it. The driver's side window is busted.
Broken. Right. That's right. I remember. Okay. Where is this like congealed blood like stuff? On the front?
Some of it on your hood, and some on the. See, you went backwards. So rear bumper.
Okay.
So
right,
Sarah
yeah.
is searching. You are looking at your truck. Daniel, what are you doing at this moment? Arca?
I'm sorry, I wasn't even there.
Oh, he wasn't here for the fight.
Were you not?
I was not here for that session. I have no idea what y'all are talking about. That's why I'm like, I'll be quiet over here.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Carl,
I mean,
what are you
we
doing?
definitely. I will say we definitely would have like called him and let him know that this was going down, so he might have been on his way and just didn't arrive in time.
Yeah, but I'm not beating the police there.
I got no idea where to stash a whole bunch of bodies.
I don't know. Yeah, what are we gonna do with these things?
The best I can think of is throw them in the back of my pickup truck and throw a tarp over it.
Yeah, because I gotta remove my truck because it's got stuff all
But,
over it.
like-
So.
Any evidence they can find on your car right now, they would spot just by. I mean, like, this was not a quiet event. I don't think. I think it's going to be spotted just by talking to people in the neighborhood.
Yes, there were
Yeah.
gunshots, which is presumably what led to somebody calling the police.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think it can be hidden.
So, what is the story then?
I have no idea. I'm kind of at a loss, right? Like, if you're trying to cover it up, I have no clue. Let them find the bodies and try to explain them?
I mean, they're going to be anyone who examines the bodies knows they've been dead for a while.
Right, I know, like the medical examiner and like any right. My point is, just let the police try to explain it because that's gonna be a couple days of us in lockup, waiting while they sort through the shit.
Right,
And
but they're going to question us. So I think
Yeah.
the idea here would be what should we be saying about what happened?
I don't know.
I'm
at a loss to like say nothing. We don't know what the hell.
we showed up
Weirdo.
and we have no idea what happened.
Some juvenile delinquents thrown into my apartment building.
Yep.
I mean, okay, what was
Apparently
the story they used for like the bodies that got dug up at the Civil War reenactment? They just blamed that on like teenagers or something?
I believe so.
Yeah, a bunch of teenagers came over here and started throwing corpses all over the place. Scared the crap out of us.
Okay, a bunch of teenagers started vandalizing. So a bunch of people, we didn't get a good look at them, but we figured they were probably teenagers, started vandalizing the place. We heard gunshots and then they left. Oh, let's see. So the guns. Which guns were fired?
I fired in the air.
Okay,
initially.
Okay, so you saw bodies and fired in the air to try and distract them, or do you want to hide that was your gun that was fired at all?
No, I wanted to scare them off. My point was to scare them off.
You
I think
tried
that's
to scare them off.
completely legitimate way to do.
Yeah, entirely reasonable.
Yeah, don't even mention your gun unless they bring it up.
Unless if someone mentions a gunshot, then yeah. If like someone reports that there was a gunshot, then that's what happened.
Let me ask, what gun did you use?
It wasn't the rifle because that would have been too hard while driving. So it was just my pistol.
What kind of pistol?
I have a heavy pistol.
Oh yeah, and is that weapon like registered to you, or is that one of
Yeah.
like the?
It's registered.
Okay.
Yeah. All my guns are registered. I don't have
I
secret guns
thought
yet.
at some point like Carl got us some unregistered ones, but
No, I did.
you did. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, but mine are all registered because I'm allowed to. So
So we're thinking about letting the scene lie as it lay, and then let them try to explain it themselves. What about John? We should ask John. John, did you want to, like some of them made it into his place, I think, right?
Yes.
yeah, his place was broken into.
I think we're going to need to try to clear the stuff out of his place, and because too much suspicion on him is going to cause us problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we need to clear the stuff out of his place, so it won't look like he's specifically targeted.
Yeah. Were there corpses in his place?
There are 3.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we need to pull those out.
Okay.
Yeah. We can drag them out. Have any of the others. I'm probably going to have to do some quick repair work on his door.
Yeah.
In order to make it look like it's fine.
How bad is the door?
The door is bad. The door was busted in.
If it's no longer closing, it's no longer a door.
Yeah, the door jamb itself is broken in. It's going to take more than quick work. It might be able to be patched up or... like
You're lagging, Joe.
Okay.
I am?
Repair it to the point where it's like superficial. Like I know that the inner door jamb would have to be replaced, but like it won't appear on the outside unless like there's a crack or something in the door.
Yeah, and even some damage to the door won't be that big of a deal
Front
as
door
long
locks
as
and
it
stuff.
doesn't look like someone broke in.
Yeah, the locks and stuff I have spares, so that shouldn't be a problem.
Okay.
You could always just yank a door off one of the other apartments and put that one on that one. Assuming they're not all full.
For Sarah, going through the pockets of the ones... Let's see, this was after you came out to tell them. So the ones outside, none of them have identification. None of them have keys or anything like that. A few of them do have... like rocks in their pockets. A couple of them have makeshift weapons like broken broom handles, but thicker, heavier than house brooms type of thing tucked around. Like they came here for a purpose and also not to leave any evidence of who they were, I guess.
Okay. Oh boy, suicide troops. So that definitely gives the impression like they were organized. These are being organized by someone or something who's sending them out there. All right. Well, I am just going to take a look at their faces and just be relying on my memory, so like I can go back through obituaries and try to figure out where they might have died or come from later.
Of the 5 out here, one of them does not have a face anymore, and that one also does not have an intact body anymore. Looks like that is the one that was shredded by jaws and claws.
That's fine.
Just going to go ahead and make my roll for nightmares now.
All right. So yeah.
Okay.
So just a bunch of hooligans. It's all good. We got this.
Okay. Your car is just going to need to be out of here, right? Like it hit people. We can't have that.
Oh, They hit me. What are you talking about? It didn't hit people. It hit corpses. See? There's no fresh blood on my car.
You want to have that conversation with the police?
Sure.
Yep, go ahead. All right.
I mean, people saw me and my car. I don't think
That is a good question. How many other witnesses are there around here?
Standing out in the street, none. That could have seen through windows, many.
Yeah. So me moving my car will just be more suspicious.
All right, yeah. So, all right, so we're going
Mostly,
with
this is just
hooligans playing dumb and going with the fact the evidence doesn't make any sense to throw the police off of any trail.
Yeah. Mostly it's just to distract from Sean so they don't investigate Sean.
Right. Yep.
Us, I'm not as worried about because we were just here and the hooligans were here and apparently someone throwing dead bodies everywhere. Who knows?
As long as we don't get into a pattern of being noticed by the police in weird places, then we should be okay.
Oh yeah, that might be a reason for us not to be here. But at this point,
I mean, Carl can't avoid it. It would be more suspicious if he wasn't here.
We left. Yeah, that is true. Is there anybody here that they probably didn't see that we could avoid? That way we're not all here.
I mean, Ezekiel could probably get out.
True.
Oh, back to backtrack because this message went out to everybody. Mm-hmm. Daniel would have gotten a message that said, I forget what exactly it said. There were several people outside of Carl's apartment. I think Carl sent one earlier in the day that said, if you visit, be careful or something like that. And then Sean had sent Sarah a message, so Sarah then said, everybody show up or something like that. Something was going down.
Oh yeah, phones. We really need to get separate phones for whenever we're talking about this. That's what we need to do next time.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I don't know how fancy things are. We can delete messages right now and it won't really matter. It's not like they can dig them up, right?
Presumably, yeah.
I mean, I guess they could. Yeah, I assume. I mean, assuming they're not going to get a warrant to go and anything. Like if they're not thinking anything major is happening here,
as long as we're not suspicious enough, they feel like they need to get a warrant on us.
Yeah. So let's delete some of these messages that made it sound like we were very aware of what was going on, and chose not to call the police. That makes it they look very suspicious. So, yeah. So go through, delete any messages that make us look like we knew exactly what was going on and that we organized ourselves to be here all at the same time. Those would be very bad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. After, let's see, you're working on grabbing some supplies to help Sean.
Yeah, so our major things to do quickly would be fix Sean's door so it doesn't look like someone broke into it. Removing of the bodies, obviously, out of his room to do that. I don't know, throw them in the woods or weeds or something right outside that area, so that a little bit outside, though it doesn't look like it's all around that area kind of thing. Spread them out. Spread the bodies. And delete our phone messages and... Otherwise, I don't think... I think I'm just going to leave my car where it is because it was running over corpses, so it's not that big of an issue. I don't think there was any other major things that we had to do, right? And obviously, if Ezekiel can leave, just have Ezekiel leave with our wolf friend, basically, and they can go ahead and get out. That way we're not all together.
Is it late enough at night that Sean could just leave and not be here?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Okay. That seems like the best. I'll try to be cleaning things up around his door so it doesn't look like it needs to be knocked on and searched.
We can just kind of spread the damage around so it looks like it was just more chaotic than was centralized. Really is the goal there, you know?
I'm going to say I'm going to roll a d10 on a 1 to 3. One of the bodies in his apartment was one of the fresher ones.
Okay. Which means it's messier.
Which means it's messier. Yes, it's messier inside his apartment. He has, inside his apartment, there is definitely some blood stains and marks on the floors and a little bit of splatter on the wall. However, the first person that gets up there to look in there only sees 2 bodies laying in the front room.
So the blood stain and stuff would be in the back room.
No, the blood's right there in the front room as well.
Oh, okay.
So one of the bodies just disappeared on us? Is that what I'm hearing?
From looking inside the door, yes.
Of course. Apparently not quite as dead as you thought they were.
And whoever happens to be there looking after a moment starts to hear the strange sound that is presumably associated like with a butcher shop. A large knife hacking into chicken or pork or something like that.
What is going on in here?
And it is coming from somewhere in the back.
I'll go look. Why not?
Give me... roll your nightmares as well, by the way.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I rolled it before with the fight. But
I think we're just getting a few extra rolls here.
it's okay. All right. What was that roll again? My brain just turned off. Willpower, right?
Yep. Willpower difficulty 7.
One.
Okay. Roll me your permanent willpower, difficulty 8.
Oh yeah, because my thing wouldn't be on, right? It wouldn't last that long because I still have it. I had it on the whole time, so.
No, new scene.
Okay, got it. $28. 2. Look at that.
Okay, so you don't lose your lunch. Tracking the sound down, you go into the bathroom, and in the tub is Ricardo hacking up a body that looks like it had already been mostly shredded anyway.
Okay.
And Sean is standing there kind of helping with a couple trash bags to make sure that the mess stays in the tub.
Ah, I see. That's what you're doing. Okay. We're gonna just remove the other 2 out of the apartment. There's too many to try to hide outside, and let the police sort of deal with it. But we'll try to make it look like they weren't targeting your apartment. Okay? You 2 might want to just leave so you're not even here after you clean up that. Okay?
He kind of glances. Ricardo doesn't pay any attention to you. He is set on his task, but Sean looks over his shoulder and nods once.
All right. Good. He says, I just do one more. I just turn my head. That's gonna give you nightmares for the rest of my life. Thank you. I shouldn't.
But why though? Why did that need to be done?
No. Yeah, don't go back there. But you don't have to worry about that body. Apparently, let's just get these 2 out.
Sarah will not worry about that body.
We'll drag the other 2 bodies out and get them elsewhere, away from his door.
Well, you gotta cut them down to size so they'll fit in the blender better.
Yes, apparently.
Why? Why did we need to do any of this?
We do have to worry about the people who are watching now. So I think this is the problem with moving these bodies. How do we move them without all these eyes being on us?
Just drag them out into the hallway.
People can look out windows.
They can't see into the apartment area.
Oh, there's no internal windows, is what you're saying.
Yeah, there's a corner and a hallway.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, now I understand. I wasn't sure the setup. My brain has been having problems understanding the setup. Okay. Okay, so this is the like it's an internal hallway that's enclosed.
Yeah, sort of.
Okay. Yeah, and no one's popped their head out, right? They're all like, I don't know what the hell's going on, but I'm not sticking my nose out there, right?
Give me a perception alertness. Sorry.
Yeah, let's see if that's the case here. 6. Okay.
Why bother caring? Do it.
Do what?
Don't care whether or not somebody's looking. Just do it.
Oh, I don't notice
It's
this.
one of those situations where if somebody's looking, doesn't matter.
Yeah, you don't recall seeing anybody looking out.
Yeah. I think that's one of the worst rolls I've had. That's sad. Okay. Yep. That's a lot of ones. Okay. So we just drag those bodies out, throw them into the parking lot or something. You know where the rest of the bodies are. They're all there. It's fine.
What do you call that? Like open area that's sort of like in a rectangular corner of an apartment complex. It's like open to the sky. Sometimes there's a pool in there. Not
Courtyard.
Oh,
always.
okay. So that's what we're looking. Yeah. So I can just throw them in there. Yeah, that makes sense.
So like that would be like is it mezzanine? No,
Courtyard.
I guess courtyard. Yeah.
So yeah, they're tossed into the courtyard. There you go. Sure, this is going to go great for the police. I have no idea how to handle this. I mean, I feel like we could have just taken the bodies and all left, and then the police got there, and literally everyone's just giving weird stories of craziness. We probably could have and gotten away with it. Now I think about it, it's not like anyone there knows who we are, except except Daniel. I'm not Daniel. I mean, except Carl. It's the only one that they know of. So I feel like we all could have just left, but it's fine.
Yeah, maybe.
We'll deal with it. It's okay.
I'm not sure it is.
We can leave. Do you want to leave? We got all the bodies out. We're good. Let's go.
Yeah. I mean, yeah,
Let
I
Carl
think Sarah
handle this.
probably
Carl can handle this.
should leave.
Yeah, Carl can handle this. Right, Carl? You got this?
He's
Yeah,
good at
camera.
just he's good at staring at the police and
Oh
saying,
no,
"I don't
he's
know
got
what happened."
security cameras. You might want to wipe those security cameras.
No, that would be even more suspicious. Relax. Just let the
Okay.
police come. Do their thing.
Oh, okay. So just stay here. Got it. I mean, the cameras show some crazy crap. Like me running over people that look like they're actually awake.
Exactly. In other words, they're not going to use them to put you in jail. What they're going to do is they're going to use them to threaten you with jail. At which point, just ignore it. They're going to try very hard and desperately to find out what happened. They don't want to know what happened. They think they want to know what happened. They don't want to know what happened.
So the explanation of a bunch of hooligans throwing dead bodies everywhere will probably just like be okay with that.
Which is drug crazed hooligans storming an apartment complex because they heard there was a meth lab somewhere.
There's a meth lab in your apartment complex now. It's a good job.
There isn't, but
Always has been.
Yeah.
Rumors are terrible, right? All right. Yep. We'll sit and wait for the police. I think. Hopefully they've cleared. I'll make sure Sean and him clear out. At that point, we just kind of sit and wait.
Okay.
Let's see if it's. I wonder if it's going to be my cop friend that shows up for this one.
Your former cop friend.
At about, we'll say the 45-minute mark, Sean and Ricardo leave with a rather heavy-looking trash bag.
Yeah, out the back, away from any cameras. So
they're leaving the way they're leaving.
Good Lord. Okay.
And then about 5 minutes later, 2 police cars come down the street. No lights, no sirens, not rushing, driving casually.
Oh. Okay, I got it.
And they stop, and out of them each gets two officers, each step out of each car. And they start to walk up, and I need to know, what is everybody's permanent willpower?
6.
8.
I haven't looked up in a while.
6.
My willpower is 8.
This is going to be... Okay, this... I can't do the normal difficulty, so... Okay. I got 3 with a willpower over those with the 8s, and 4 over those with the 6s. All of you present, the situation tends to get a little fuzzy, and
Jerks.
we will say that probably the next morning, when you wake up, you realize something was done to you. Everybody
That's
wakes up
honest.
at home. So where you would normally wake up, nothing seems to have been done to you.
Just mentally done to us.
Mentally done to you, yes.
Nothing was done to you except for all the things that were done to you.
When you start to think about how you got home, something inside your mind tells you to stop thinking about how you got home. When you try to think of what happened last night, something inside your mind tells you to stop thinking about what happened last night.
Damn it. Should have popped our protections. Jerks. Well, at least it sounds like it was cleaned up.
Oh,
So
it's going to be a bit stubborn, if only for the fact that there's a trail.
You may spend conviction to activate second sight, and then roll to resist this.
Alright.
What do I roll?
It would be... That is a good question. I will say wits plus... Wits plus empathy.
Empathy.
Normal roll or against the different remember?
The difficulty would be 8. No, 6. Normal roll. It's
So this is like we'd have to beat their roll, basically, right?
It's a temporary resisting, so no, 6 is the difficulty.
And that's for us to kind of remember what happened.
If you want to fight against the voice telling you to not remember.
Sarah wants to do something kind of odd. It's less that she wants to remember what happened, but she wants to like she's been like trying to figure out mind control recently. That's been something she's been trying to doing without a ton of success. She's been trying to figure out ways around it and ways to help people who have been affected by it.
Mm-hmm.
So she's going to be like not trying to shake off the mind control exactly, but trying to change her state of mind somewhat, trying meditation, trying things like that to just see how.
You don't want to use your supernatural ability to do it.
Yeah, I don't want to use my supernatural ability to resist. I want to like see if I can do things like free association or other ideas to try and like get out some of the things that are in my head without, opposing it supernaturally. And this is less like to try and remember what happened and more to try to understand mind control better for the future.
Yes. I will say probably the same roll. Your difficulty is a 10, though.
All right. And still wits plus empathy?
Yeah, wits plus empathy.
I think I have enough crap in my head. I don't need to remember this. They cleaned it up. I'm happy.
For you, wits plus occult.
All right. So I have specialty in level-headed and vampires. Would either one of those... Am I making a specialty roll?
Sure.
All right. I guess it's difficulty 10. And I will spend a willpower on this.
I'm gonna do it. I want to know. my character, like he's like thinking. Damn it! All right. You said it's a 6 though, right? Okay.
And that will be not a botch because willpower, but no successes.
Okay. Trying to meditate on the mind control itself, you are aware that something was done to you, but you glean no understanding of how to resist it, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I can spend a point of willpower for this, though, right?
You can, yes.
I will, because I want to know. I'm sure he tried not to want to know, and then now he does.
I'm thinking.
The conviction you're spending on second sight, the willpower roll is not related to the conviction, so you can spend willpower.
Okay. Zero. But 1! I got it 1! See?
So struggling through it, and you get a headache doing this because you're very convinced that your mind is telling you not to do this, even though you're fighting against it. What you remember is that the officers introduced themselves. They gave names. One in particular. I will say a few of them went to nearby neighbors' houses. Right? Knocked on the doors, got things going around. They wanted to question everybody that was here. And then after about 20 minutes, they gathered as many people from nearby as they could. And one in particular kind of got to where everybody could see them and told everybody nothing happened here. Nothing out of the ordinary happened here. Don't worry about it. Basically, they neuralized you.
Yep, I got it.
Right, but it's not a permanent. It's not a permanent forgetting. They just told you not to think about what happened here.
Right. It's like it just makes your brain say
yes.
Nothing. You don't want to think about that.
And for those of you with the 8 permanent willpower, for 1 week you will have trouble remembering this unless you spend conviction and fight it. And those with the 6 will for 1 month.
Jesus. Okay. All right. I will burn this person's face into my memory, though. Of course, since now that I'm able to remember that. Besides that, did he tell us anything? Did he ask us anything else, or any questions?
No, they did. From what you can tell, an unmarked truck, a box truck, I guess, pulled up, and they were loaded. They loaded the bodies in.
Okay. Did they clean off my trunk?
Yes. They did not fix the broken glass, but yes, the blood and any evidence of bodies and corpses was cleaned up.
All right, that's good. They didn't ask us any personalized questions or anything like that from us?
No.
They already knew what happened.
No, it wasn't that I was worried about. So I was just curious if they were trying to get more intel on us. That was my concern. So
no, as far as you can tell, their goal, or at least the one person's goal who did this, was to clean it up as quietly as possible and make sure nobody remembered what happened.
Okay. Did we help in doing all this?
No.
Okay. You just kind of we just set off to the side and waited for it to be done, and then
they kind of after they got the process started, they said everybody can return home, but obviously your truck was being in the process of being cleaned and stuff, so a few of you managed to stick around and wait until they were done.
Okay. How long did it take to clean up everything?
Probably 2 hours, although 2 hours until you could leave. They still seem to be there at that point.
Okay, efficient, but not too fast. Okay. All right. So we could have just left. Now I think about it. Oh well, just left the bodies. Next time we'll do that. Now that we know how much of a control they have over the police. So you said there were 4 officers total, right?
4 officers, yes.
Okay. So
give me an intelligence alertness roll.
Okay. 6.
The impression I'm getting is that there's the police and then there's the police.
Just one.
Thinking back now that you're remembering certain things like this, it's you get the impression that only one of them seemed to know what was going on.
Just the one that basically told everyone to forget.
Yes.
The other police, did they seem confused or just sort of like following orders sort of type?
They seemed like everybody else present at that point.
Oh, I see. So they'll probably forget what they were doing too. Okay, so interesting. Okay. I'll notate some of this just in case I don't know if this memory thing will come back after a bit or whatever, so I've just write some of this stuff down so that I can remember it just to be on the safe side. But I'll try to remember that guy's face. It isn't the officer that I saw, the sheriff dude or whatever, right? It isn't him, right?
No, it is not that person.
Okay, so this is not one I've seen before.
And they did introduce themselves. The name was Sergio, or no, let me change that. I will use a different name. I will give you the last name. It was D. Mustacados was the name badge on the off.
Okay. On the one that was, doing the mind control stuff.
Yes.
Okay. Got it. All right.
Now referred to in my notes as Officer Wizard.
Interesting. Okay. Interesting. More worried about these recently dead, but okay. I will send out a message. We gotta talk.
All right. Well,
When?
we've got some spots for this.
Yeah, could you get to our board? Our board.
Oh, yes.
When? Or are we just gonna wait for the next restaurant day?
Oh yeah. What day of it? Sorry, what day of the week is that? Is it? I don't remember what day of the week we're on.
Let's see here. This was Friday night, so this would be Saturday morning is the afterwards. November 9th.
Oh, okay. Oh, we were doing meetings on Friday, but I don't think we did our meeting because of this mess. Weren't we doing meetings on Friday? I don't remember.
What was on the weekend?
It was on the weekend. So I think today we were going to meet anyway, so it works out. Let's do lunch.
Sure.
And poor Daniel has no idea what's going on, so poor Daniel's like, yeah, it's just like a normal day. Nothing happened weird.
There's no war in Bossing Say.
No, I'm busy at this strange traffic accident where a whole bunch of people died by a runaway truck with nobody driving. I don't know what the hell is going on.
Well, you're coming to lunch, so we can tell you what's going on.
We can jump to lunch.
Yeah, let's jump to lunch. I think he's gonna have salad. I don't think he can eat meat for a week.
Yeah. Oh, you don't want a nice rare steak?
No, not doing that at all. He might be able to handle seafood. Maybe. Some shrimp or... No, never mind. No, that's not gonna work either. Yep, just salads. All you can eat salad day. You missed some excitement yesterday, Daniel. Talking.
Okay, you lead with that. I have nothing to follow.
I'm just making sure. I didn't know if you were paying attention. That's all.
Yeah, no, I'm paying attention. I was just
Okay.
okay. What? Y'all find a new spot to meet?
I'm
looking around the restaurant, going, doesn't feel like.
No. The Sean's place was ambushed by corpses.
See, again, more follow through because for all I know, the couch went rogue.
Nice. Yeah, by the Walking Dead.
Whole lot of them. They were
A whole
organized.
Yeah, they were very organized.
Well, what did he say to piss them off? Did y'all ask him that question?
I was too busy running them over with my truck.
No. Did you ask Sean what he did to piss them off?
I don't think.
Did you run over Sean with... Hold on, let's back up. Did you run over Sean with the truck?
No, I did not.
Okay, we can go from there. So, as I said, did you ask Sean why the hell they were there?
I don't think he knew. I can't recall. I don't think we had a chance to talk to him specifically. We were kind of moving fast.
We knew that there were people watching his place, and we asked him then. This has to be related to that, right? and he
Yeah,
didn't
there
know
were
why.
people
He
watching.
didn't know why. He didn't know why they were watching. Why they were watching him.
Yeah.
But that was also related to the police. So are there multiple factions within the police that are involved with
Obviously,
this?
these police were with our friends of Sean's kind of group.
Demetrius' friends.
Yes. Given my evening with her, it did not surprise me.
Right?
Yes. That's another thing we have to discuss.
Yes. The Walking Dead attacked, and then the police came and they cleaned it all up.
Yes.
And well, actually, no. Sarah shouldn't be the one to say it. And then the police came, and I don't remember what happened after that.
Yeah, that's their mind thingy. I pushed past it a little bit. They pretty much just told everyone forget about it, including the witnesses. So, cleaned everything up and disappeared. So, nothing too major. They didn't ask us any other questions or anything like that. They just told us to forget. But I do have a name, Officer D. Moscatos, whatever that. We'll put it on the board later.
Officer Demoscatos.
That's not
This
the
is
same. Wait, was it police or sheriffs?
Police. No, this is local police, right?
Yes, the police.
Yeah, these were
Now,
local.
out of curiosity, like as he's describing this now, is like what he's saying, is that hard to remember too, or is it just my own memories of?
What do you mean?
As in, like, okay, like presumably last night I also met Officer Demoscatos and saw him doing these things.
He's asking if me describing it is helping his memory.
Is it helping my memory, and also like, or like, is what he's saying? Am I just hearing static when he describes Officer Demoscatos messing with people's memories and cleaning things up, or can I like still hear everything he's talking about coherently?
Come to think of it, for Cody, roll me a willpower roll.
Oh, because of how long it was, right?
Difficulty 6, yes.
Oh, it's just spreading to Cody, even though he wasn't even present?
Cody was present.
Oh, Cody. Yeah, right. I was getting Cody and Daniel mixed up, my bad.
3.
Okay. Remembering the details that you remembered in order to share is a struggle for you. And
Okay,
yes,
I did write it down.
Right,
so I
but
would have
even
brought
that,
so.
you have notes that, why do you have these written down, right? It's like, why do I have this name?
See. Okay.
Right? It's a struggle to remember any of these details every time you want to. And everybody else is basically hearing static. It's like if somebody
except for Daniel, who's sitting there going, okay.
Right. But for everybody else, it's like, why would somebody run up to you and shout blue?
Oh, no!
Oh, this is really bad with Cody's default method of note-taking, isn't it?
Yes, it is, because my notes are all over the place.
Yeah, like your notes are like always set up so that, they only really make sense to you.
Yeah, and if I'm forgetting what my own sense things, it's like, why did I write this? Oh, okay. Whatever they did, it's annoying me. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
But it's done. We don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, you can get a few details out. You can sort of connect the dots of your notes. Daniel is the only one that this would make sense to, as far as Cody's notes would make sense to Daniel.
Yes. Because he would mix it in with like weird colors and things around it, and this is how he takes notes, because it's how his memory works. His memory is very visual, so he will write random things that he thinks about even at that moment. So it's very weird note taking, but
the name Officer D. Muscatos
is written down.
Mustacatos is something that's written down, so that is obviously a detail that can be passed on.
Yeah, so I'll just like I'll hand the notes over to Daniel. It's like, look, my memory is really messy with me right now. Okay, Daniel, pay attention. I need you to focus. This person is important somehow, and it's messing with my brain because they're an officer, I think, who were there last night, who did something. Okay. Oh, you're muted. I can't hear you.
Sorry. I'm with you. I'm not arguing
Okay.
with you so far. You're
Okay.
making some semblance of sense.
Good, because this is hurting just trying to remember it. I don't like this feeling. Next time, this cannot happen. As much as I hate my
I'll
memory
agree.
sometimes, I hate it more when I can't remember. You see him like super frustrated. Like this is beyond irritating. Now he's probably getting pissed.
I'm just going to ask: are you bilingual by chance, just to make sure there's not a translation error going on here?
Look, I mean he is bilingual, but no, I mean that's not the issue. Actually, I think he knows 3 languages. Hold on. I think I had him down for that. I don't remember how many what I did for that. Anyway, but no, it's fine. It's all good. I'm good. Okay. Okay.
I'm fine. I'm staying with you. I'm caught up.
You know what? Oh, you know what?
That's
Let's move on to the more important thing that I can actually remember and stuff. Just know that last night we're good. There's not going to be any problems. We're done. We're good. Okay. Everyone got it. We're good from last night. Got it.
okay. That's when
Good.
Daniel pulls out his phone and is like, what's that number for the people in the white coats and the special jackets?
Okay, we passed the threshold where we should have called those people a long time ago.
Yes, exactly.
No. I was witness to most of that. So now we're in a realm of what the fuck?
All right. So
as soon as you didn't see it, then it didn't happen. I see how it is. Okay.
More important,
Sarah,
I had
your phone alert goes off. Message alert.
Who's?
Sarah's.
Ferris.
Oh, okay.
I check my phone.
It is from Sean's number.
Oh boy, what does it say?
It says, starting off, Ricardo here. Have some information. Where can we meet?
I will mention this to the others. I will mention this to the others. Sean has some information, and wants to meet somewhere. Probably one of Carl's out of the way places, right? That would make sense. I don't want to go back to the apartment complex right now.
What's wrong with here?
Well,
Right now.
Is this place open that late? I mean, we're at lunch right now.
Right. Tell them where we are so we can come in and see us.
It's Ricardo. It's not Sean, right?
Oh, right, Ricardo.
Right.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, Ricardo
okay.
can walk. He can walk
Brain
around.
no work. All right. Yeah. Sure. I'll let him know where we are and ask if he can meet us now.
You get a message back that says, probably take me about a half hour to get there.
That's fine.
Okay.
Sure. Order another round of drinks.
Okay. So away from that, I had dinner with Dimitri yesterday, and it was.
Yeah, see, I heard that, and I was like, wait a minute, hold on. Is this part of the delusion going on here? What?
No. This is. I fully remember everything from that. Okay? Fully remember. I was prepared for that one. So. But yes, fully, it was interesting. It. Now I have to remember my dinner, what was said at my dinner. See, that's what happens when we skip a week and my brain doesn't work. Okay. So my understanding is that this rogue one that we're also looking into is definitely irritating her as well. And She kind of would like at least a temporary, what's the word I'm looking for? Partnership. At least to find this person, meaning we share information with her, she shares information with us about this particular person. That way we can find them quicker.
She wants our help to find somebody.
Yeah, she knows that we have an interest, and she also has an interest in finding this person, and would like to work together on finding them.
Did she give you any information?
Oh boy, did she? I think she did. My brain is not remembering though. What did she tell me? I can't remember.
She didn't give you a whole lot of information because she doesn't currently have a whole lot of
Have any?
information.
Yeah, okay. I just got information more about their structure and
You
things like that. Okay.
you did learn that she seems to have an elevated position of authority, I guess.
Yeah.
She
She is high up.
also
But
she also does not seem to have any innate ability to notice the Walking Dead because there were some present at the party.
Yep, I do remember that. Okay.
And she gave you a kind of like an employee badge key card that would get you into the building, the Fortutech building, if you needed to.
Right, in an emergency situation.
Yes.
Okay, that's what it was. Okay, so she doesn't have much on this guy yet, on this person yet.
I think you shared the photo, the grainy photo,
Yes.
though, from the phone.
I did. She didn't have that much information on them as of yet, but was willing to work with it. But she did give me a card that would get us into Fortutech building if there is an absolute emergency. Not sure when we would use such a thing, but we have it just in case. And she also, my understanding is that the structure of these group, she's kind of high up, but not all the way up. It's kind of what I understood. Largely in charge of it in this area, although it sounded like, I believe she kind of hinted that there might be internal factions, but she didn't know for sure, if that makes sense. I believe that's what she kind of hinted at.
I don't know what you're talking about. She wanted us to find this person that apparently she has some interest in.
Yes. Well, I mean, she wants
but she wasn't able to tell you anything about it. About this person.
She wants them to stop creating as well. There is and killing. There is an interest in not drawing that much attention to
person
them.
Creating and killing. Oh, you're talking about another vampire.
Yeah, okay, the one that was killing those people.
The one that made Sean.
The one that created Sean.
Okay, so okay. Not sure why we would want to tell her if we found him, but okay.
It sounds like they want them dead as much dead as well. They don't care to have a creature like that running around.
Well, I get that. I still don't see why we would bother telling them.
So
it bothers me that she says she wants to share information and that has nothing to give us. It makes me wonder how much of a partnership she really expects this to be.
Yes. She wanted more than that. She wanted like a full-blown partnership, and I was like, let's hold off on something like that one. That seems really, it's a bit much.
As far as I'm concerned, it's on them to make the first gesture of good faith.
I kind of already did that. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we should give them. I don't think we should give them any more until any other cooperation until we actually see some sign of reciprocity back. Something meaningful. But
yeah.
Because otherwise, I think these are things that use people. I think that's what they've been doing for a long, long time, and I think they'll use us if we let them.
Oh, I'm sure that's the case.
And maybe our interests really do align here, but then again, maybe 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 next week they'll be making a deal with someone else to get rid of us because we've become inconvenient to them.
Yeah, it was pretty clear in the conversation of like, they have no interest in anybody that isn't an enemy, I guess you would call it. In the sense, as long as we're not hunting them now willy-nilly just because, then they don't care. And of course, we're not announcing it to the world of their existence, which is okay. I don't think we had plans for either one of those, so.
Yes. It may be worth putting some effort into giving them a mistaken impression about just how much we know. We may want to give them some wrong information with the impression that we believe it, just to make them feel more secure that they're duping us, they're controlling us.
Yeah.
Then they won't feel the need to go and mess with our minds directly.
Yeah, I talked to her about the abilities that we believe they have. And I don't believe she had any thoughts at that moment of who it might be. So it is likely an outsider and not somebody that would be internal, meaning that somebody's gone rogue within her own organization, sort of thing, is what it sounded like.
Well, if she's telling the truth about that, then that's good and bad news. Means they have no worthwhile information to share, and means that maybe he doesn't have any friends or allies around here.
Yeah. There are those. Wait, I believe she said this. She said there was like those that basically believe that people that they are too quiet, right? That they should be sort of like. I believe she said something about that, right? Or am I wrong on this one? When we were talking about like the factions, because I remember when we were talking about why they would do this, and if like since they would like being so quiet.
Yeah. She mentioned that there were factions that disagreed with the idea that they should remain hidden.
Yes.
Right, that they should stay hidden, right?
Yes.
I was like, oh, okay, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Her
so
faction believes in staying hidden, but there are others that don't care about that because they're under the impression that they are superior to people. So why hide?
Right. But she wasn't aware of any of those members of that faction in this city.
Correct.
As of right now. Okay, that's what it was. Okay, yeah. So there are factions, he said, within the world, I guess, that they shouldn't be hiding. That they should be the sort of dominant race or whatever you want to call it, and and that we're just food to them and things like that. She was not aware of any said faction within the city as of yet, until of course this happens probably, but that seems to be the case of what this guy might be. So but yeah, it is not unknown anyways for such a person to exist, or creature to exist. So
right.
If
well,
we
that leaves
don't
us
snuff
with
this out, though, if we're not, then quickly, then it could lead to them converting others to this belief, which I think is the bigger worry.
Well, same as it ever was. We'll deal with them if we ever get the opportunity, if we ever find a lead. But they seem to have been laying quiet after that last incident, and we weren't able to track them down from that. I've been looking into ways to try to deal with the mind wiping any of the people there who have lost it. We should.
She also said, I just remembered, as far as they are aware, this Walking Dead thing is somewhat new.
That does seem to be the more pressing issue.
Yeah, they said that they probably would have noticed just on normal feeding habits, but they don't have a way of detecting them without biting them, basically. They have no way to see them, no way to notice them. So, but they've never run into such a thing until recently. So this is a very new phenomenon. So I'm curious as to why and what's creating them.
And also gangs of them moving the streets. They attacking people seem to be organized too. It's
Yeah.
They I think are the higher priority,
Well, now they've
both
shown
because they
themselves to
seem to be
be.
doing more right now, and because we
Yeah.
seem to have a better ways to start getting information on them, better chances of figuring out, of getting ahead of them.
And the ones last night were much fresher than they
Fresh,
should have
yes.
been.
I looked
My
at their
The
head.
ones
faces.
last
I knew
night
that.
weren't. The ones last night. What are you talking about?
Stop. Okay. Anyways, I've seen some that were fresher than normal. Okay,
You seen fresh vampires?
not vampires. Walking Dead.
Who cares?
My head. Okay. They they are aggressive,
Yeah, but
and
what
they
do
are
they have to do with this vampire lady?
because they are no, they're not. I was just mentioning that she mentioned that they are a new phenomenon, that they have not been around that long. So the vampires were here first before the Walking Dead showed up.
Maybe it was like a big immigrant policy in the undead world happened.
Walking Dead immigrant policy. Yes.
Or I need to look into those fresher ones. I want to see if they're hikers or
Well,
just
there were
recently dead, something like that.
when I went to the restaurant. There were three. I want to say were there three Walking Dead there? Two or three?
Yes, 3.
Yeah, three. And she didn't notice any of them. But there were three there. Just I think the one was a bartender and I like a server and then like somebody eating right or there. So like it was very.
Something like
They were
that,
just
yeah.
yeah they were just doing their jobs or doing normal stuff.
Well, then how do we know they're new?
So, well, no. What I mean by new is that the vampires had not noticed them until recently. Those guys, I don't know the particular age of those particular ones, but the ones I've recently ran over with my truck were fresh because they left icky, gooey stuff on my truck.
Okay.
So those were fresher. So these are not like ancient bodies being pulled. These are recent bodies being animated or something. They also seemed less intelligent. They were just attacking out of right because that's what it felt like. Right, they were just angry. Right, they weren't really. They were just
Yeah.
like a rage. Is that kind of what I felt like when it was like busting my window out and stuff?
Yours, yes. There was hostility towards the apartment complex in general. And then when
Right.
you showed up and fired shots, the anger turned towards you, while some of them figured, okay, the catalyst has occurred now, so some of them ran towards the apartment, while the others ran at you guys because you were there.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, they were just angry.
But
Not acting like normal people like they did like we've seen them before. Like the restaurant lady. My brain turned off whatever her name was.
But that attack, yes, some kind of something intelligent organized that. Definitely. Yeah. And we need to figure out whatever that was.
Yeah. Organized. Thinking makes my head hurt. Stupid memory. Okay. Anyways, so we have multiple issues on our plate. Hopefully that we can get some information from Ricardo there, but I don't know what you want to do with Demetria. Do you want me to say anything to her?
I don't think that we have anything to say. We need to do our own investigating.
Okay. Well, she did say she would share information with us if she found anything, so we can wait and see if she does.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then kind of go from there. Could this? Do you think they could be connected?
You broke up, to me at least.
If they are, we have. If they are worse, then it seems pretty bad. Yes, we need to investigate. I have some things I want to follow up on about the Walking Dead, and we still need to find some way of tracking the vampire.
We haven't even met the vampire.
Oh, no! You lost it, didn't you? Just thought about it. Carl had his tracking thing on that dude, right?
Yep.
Oh,
Lost what?
Never mind. Yeah.
But anyway, we haven't even met the vampire, so like, wouldn't we be like identifying him be like the first thing?
yes. Do you have any ideas?
Nope, not at all.
Yeah. Until we get to that point. Yeah. I mean, I don't
It's not
know.
dynamite, but I guess not.
There is a knock on the door to your back room.
Yeah. Come in.
The door opens and there is a server. Somebody is here asking for you.
Yes, you can bring them in. Thank you.
Okay. And a moment later, Ricardo walks in. He is looking around a little nervously.
It's a private room.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
You know what? I'll look under the table. Listening devices.
Last night was...
Okay. Before you start talking about last night, one of them whammied all of our brains, and I'm the only one that can almost remember everything, and it hurts my head to do so. They don't remember anything.
Don't remember what.
I wasn't there, so I remember
He doesn't count. He
everything.
wasn't there. So, yeah, that was just letting you know when you say that. Just yes, last night was something.
That makes sense. Okay. So, do you remember the call for help? He basically starts dropping things to try to figure out what the parameters of what you forgot are.
Yeah, they just can't think about actually, that's a good question. At what point do the memories cut off?
Right. The memories cut off at the point when you guys engaged The Walking Dead. You do remember pulling up to the apartment and seeing an angry crowd outside, and then waking up the next morning.
Wait, what does Carl remember then? Because Carl was there before that, right?
The same thing. You remember everything up to the point where you got home and saw an angry crowd outside.
Okay, so he'll remember the crowd.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Carl, remember the crowd. Do you remember the angry crowd?
I remember
Throwing
some
stuff at
delinquents.
They were throwing stuff at your apartment.
I remember some delinquents hanging outside the apartment building.
Those were actually Walking
Dead.
Dead.
If you say so.
They were Walking Dead.
If you say so.
Yes. Okay. That's about all we got. Sorry, Ricardo.
No, that's fine. That's actually why I'm here. I'm going to try to couch this in a way that won't interfere with that from what I assume happened. From what I understand, there is a person on the police force that has been cleaning up these scenes.
That makes sense. Yes.
From what I recall hearing about the night that Sean happened, and this was after the fact, so I don't know, but there were some other witnesses that happened to forget as well. That person showed up last night to help clean up, I guess.
Hmm. That sounds right. Yes.
If you all were present, then yes, that won't help much. But anyway,
I get bits and pieces, but it's very difficult, and it hurts my brain to do it. But I can remember some of it.
oh, that police officer works for Demetria.
I figured that.
And from what I've been hearing now, I think you guys are investigating other occurrences where this may have happened. That officer has not attended any of the incidents that happened outside of the city.
Wait, say that again. I think I misunderstood.
So wasn't involved in the woods or anything like that.
Right.
Only
because they're on the local police force. That makes sense.
Correct. Also, what we learned last night is that the grainy photo that somebody had,
Yes.
through a little bit of cross-referencing, we think they may be a sheriff's deputy.
Oh, the person in the photo that we had?
Yes.
Oh, see, look, progress.
so this is sheriff's versus police department then?
We did have some issues with with one of the sheriff's department. Remember, there was somebody. Wasn't there a sheriff's person watching Sean's apartment? Right? Didn't we have that? It was a sheriff person, right? At one point. Maybe I'm wrong. Yes, it was. Okay. There was a sheriff's person from the sheriff's department watching Sean's apartment at one point. I recall this.
I think I do as well. We did not answer the door.
Yes. Remember, I think we told you not to answer the door. Yes. Mm-hmm.
We still don't know who or what. Demetria's apparent influence is not as great with the sheriff's department.
That makes some sense then. Okay. So she's got influence over the local police, but not the sheriff's department.
Yes.
But somebody has some influence over the sheriff's department.
It seems that way. I did want to tell you, however, that we managed to get out. Sean right now is sleeping at a secure location.
Okay, that's good. Do you know? I don't suppose you know why they might have targeted you. I'm assuming he hasn't had interactions with this group before.
No.
Has he bit anybody that tasted bad? Like dead?
Not that he's told me, but then again, he doesn't really share those details with me.
Okay.
It seems like we need to find some way to cross-reference, figure out what points of interest, where Sean might have crossed them, or gotten his attention.
Do you know anything about The Walking Dead?
Oh, hang on. Let me take a step back real quick. You said that some of the people that... Okay, I keep on using the wrong term, and I apologize. Some of the individuals that attacked last night were younger than the ones that we had encountered before. So
been dead less. Yes, been dead less time. Correct.
So the question is, did you have Sean look at any of those people to make sure it wasn't somebody he Accidentally killed?
Sean got out of there quickly before that.
That is
I'm assuming
good
Sean, of the
travel.
ones that were in his apartment, Sean didn't recognize any of them.
He didn't tell me that he recognized anybody.
Okay. Yeah. Do you know anything about The Walking Dead? Oh wait, actually, could you tell that's what they were? You probably couldn't, could you?
No.
Oh.
I
Just
mean,
thought of that.
the one that he again glances around like he's really not sure how much he should say in the room.
It'll be foggy to them. It's fine. Say it.
The one that we took care of.
Oh yes, correct.
Didn't I guess wasn't as juicy as
Yes.
it should have been.
Yes.
A rather overdone steak.
He's
trying to mask his words just in
understand.
case somebody else is listening.
Yeah.
But
that one.
Guess that makes sense.
Yeah, they weren't really anymore, and all of them from last night were that same way. Some at different levels of, time period, but all of them were the same.
This is disturbing.
Yeah. We've seen a few of them, but not in that number before, and not organized like that.
Well, blades seem to work on them.
Oh yeah, I mean, they're just tougher to bring down than most things, but they can be brought down. But we're just not sure why they targeted.
I'm trying to put the pieces together, and if the one who created Sean is one of these that is trying to overthrow this concealment, is interested in the superiority of vampires, them ruling, then Sean is one that he created to cause chaos, who then ended up siding with Demetria. He's an example of what that one doesn't want from the ones he creates. If he's been creating more, perhaps more quietly than Sean, that we don't know about, then he could be an example to them of what happens if they try to cross the line, if they try to change sides.
Ugh. So that means
this is a lot of speculation on my part, but
that means if we're not finding any more dead, it just might be because he's actually converting them more quietly.
Yes, although if that is his goal, I'm surprised he never approached Sean. That we know of.
I mean, unless not directly at least, unless that sheriff's officer is the one that's the approach. I mean, if that picture was of someone at the sheriff's department, then that could have been their approach in the first place. That could have been them in the first place. They just weren't aggressive about it by knocking down a door.
They did try to approach him, and he refused them and talked to Demetria instead.
Right.
He's a loose end and a threat.
Okay. That makes a little bit more sense as far as motivations go.
It's horrifying, and it means we need to now tangle with someone well organized and extremely dangerous. But it does make sense.
Okay, so the angry mob, just keeping it angry mob, last night was there to harm Sean and might have been sent there by this other rogue, call him a rogue at this point. But how is he manipulating them to do that? Unless he's just giving them money or something. Who knows what he's doing?
Their motives are unclear, and
Yeah.
also
we
can
didn't really get
they
much
can
more than-
definitely be controlled against their, or regardless of what they would normally want. There's
Yeah. So I guess he could use the mental control to have them do that.
yes, there's Steve, one of the ones who just acts normally day to day, but he was also at the field, and he doesn't seem to understand what happened or have any reason for that. He's just going about his life,
Right.
quote unquote, afterwards. But he was still at that event. So
Okay. So our step would be the sheriff's office.
the sheriff's office, but we don't want to show our hand too early because, well, the police department will make us forget and have us go on our way. The sheriff's department could easily throw us in a cell until it seems convenient to them to let us out again.
Yep. And I imagine that they've at least seen a few of us, even though if they haven't made connections yet as to who we are.
We don't want to give them the opportunity to make those connections.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anything else there, Ricardo?
No, I think that is it for now until kind of looks at everybody. This wears off.
Yeah, I don't know how long it's going to be. Just thinking hurts.
It wears off?
Yes.
Over time, right? That's
Um,
but didn't you tell us that? I think you even said that to us
it
at one time.
it wears off over time unless it is reinforced.
I'm going to guess the more weak-minded it would be longer before it wears off than others.
Yes.
Huh.
And then there's other things that can be done to help make it more permanent.
I see. Yeah, because I took notes when my memory was a little clearer earlier, and even the notes make my head hurt. So I can understand. It's like I can't even read it without it making hard to make sense of it. It's a very powerful ability. I give him credit for that.
Yes, for some it is.
Okay. Well, we know, but we have to be careful next time working with the when the police come to clean things up. If we were there. So, but it sounds like they can clean it up without us being there next time. So we probably don't even need to be there.
If it's the police, yes.
Yeah.
So
at least now we understand her.
I would recommend trying not to have instances where the police have to come clean up.
Well, I agree with that. I'm sure that they do not appreciate it either.
I'll try telling that to the Walking Dead. We'll see what they have to say about it.
Okay. Well, I guess Demetria did. Thanks. So she's the one that gave you this information?
She told Sean a few things late last night. And he wanted me to relay some of it. What would make sense anyway.
Thank you. I appreciate it. We will do our best to work with what we got now without remembering too much of last night, apparently. And but it is enough for us to work with. Since it's mostly about the rogue anyways, it shouldn't be too hard on us.
He seems to hesitate, like he wants to say something and thinks about it and then proceeds.
Oh, just so you know, Daniel over there is perfectly fine. He just wasn't there last night. So if there is something you want to remember, tell him, because he'll remember it even if he doesn't understand the context.
Well, up until I encounter one of these cops.
No, you're fine.
Nothing.
They won't know to make you forget that.
Nothing about that. I was just going to say I don't know how you are involved in this. I don't know why. I don't want to know why.
Oh, that. I
But,
understand. Okay.
Be careful around. He seems to be struggling to say a name and then thinks better of it. Be careful around everybody.
I think that's a fair assessment. We appreciate the bit of advice.
He nods and, okay, I should go. And he turns and leaves.
Okay.
I do just want to get a read on him, like, while he was thinking about that. Did it seem like he was making a decision, or did it seem like he might have some of his own mind whammy preventing him from talking about something there? Like, can I try awareness or empathy to try to figure out what's going on with that?
Yeah, you can try perception, empathy.
Perception, empathy. And specialization in motives?
Sure, yep.
Difficulty 6.
Yes.
That is 3 successes.
Yes, that is. He was making a decision. Not. It did. It. Let me put it this way. It doesn't seem to be the same type of struggle that you guys are having talking about a certain thing at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Okay. He was deciding which information to share with us and decided not to share that information, whatever it was.
Yeah, or he was prevented from sharing it by some other means, I guess.
Okay. So it might still have been some kind of mind control, but not what we're dealing with.
Right.
Not a forgetting thing, like a controlling thing. Maybe. All right. Well, regardless, there's someone else involved with this that Ricardo knows about that we don't. I don't think it would be Dakota that he would be that he would be trying to name there and deciding not to. That's like, it could make sense just in terms of like vampires and werewolves don't like each other that much, but he already knows we know Dakota. Dakota helped out Sean last night. Doesn't seem like he would say that. So probably someone we don't know about at all. All right. So given all that, it seems like we very much need to investigate the sheriff's department.
Yeah. I guess so.
Right. I know what my first steps are going to be, which is I'm going to be looking into like recent. I'm going to be looking into like obituaries and missing person reports, and I'm going to be trying to find anyone that matches the faces that I saw on the fresh Walking Dead. And I'm going to be also, if there's anything like that, I'm going to be paying close attention to like who investigated that case and was it the sheriff's department. And trying to draw connections there, possibly also connections with like what location any of them went missing, if there are any missing people in that list. And yeah, just generally trying to figure out how are these zombies being created and where is there any common elements between all of them and things like that.
Okay. It's gonna be difficult because you can't remember. You tried so hard to remember their faces, and now
Oh,
you can't
right, my
remember.
memory of that got wiped. Yep, yeah. I didn't. I should have. I probably should have tried to beat the memory thing there, but no. The other thing I tried also would have been really useful. All right. So in that case, I'm going to be just looking into missing person reports related to the sheriff's office. Are there any like hot spots within the last few months and things
I
like
wonder,
that?
could we find employee files online of just a list of the employees with their pictures? Maybe we could find this person's
Employees of the
picture.
sheriff's department. Okay. I mean, I'm assuming that these
We have a
weren't
grainy
like.
picture, so we might be able to kind of match it a little bit.
I'm assuming these weren't like actually the sheriff's department. These were people the sheriff's department had killed, turned into zombies, and were using. But
Well, I get no.
they
We're
could
talking
have
about
been
the grainy
employees.
picture. Remember, they said the
Oh
grainy
yes, yeah,
picture
that
worked
too.
at the
Yeah,
sheriff's
yeah.
department. That we might be able to go and check out and see if we can get a name or something. I'm assuming they would have already, but it can't hurt for us to check as well.
True.
I
Yep.
want to say at this time in this year, getting that information online would not be very easy.
Okay, wasn't sure.
There would be public record, but you would probably have to go to the office to request public records, employee list, things like that.
Maybe that's a Daniel thing because Daniel can do that kind of stuff.
Well, actually, I was going to ask, can I look at the grainy picture? Because I think I haven't seen it yet.
You haven't seen the grainy picture yet? Yeah, okay, show it to you. I thought all of us had seen it by now, but maybe not.
Do I recognize this sheriff or this deputy?
No, you do not. And it's not grainy on the corkboard, but that's the picture.
Which one?
Middle one.
That one?
This one.
Yeah, the girl. Right?
Yeah.
Yep. Yes, the girl.
I don't recognize her, and I actually know most of the deputies.
Well, she might not be. She might not be a deputy. She might just be associated with them in some way, doing something.
That's
for
a
them.
chance, because most of the deputies I know either had to come in and testify in court or were on crime scenes. If she's like a CSI or something like that, I may not have even talked to her, or secretary, filer, clerk, something like that. But as I said, I don't recognize her. But I mean, yeah, I'll go check it out and whatnot. But here's a follow-up question that I think I should ask. Do any of y'all remember the Civil War reenactment?
I mean, well, yeah, obviously.
Burned into my memory for all time. Yes.
Okay. Were any of the people, I guess I'm asking this to you, Cody. I'm sorry, not Cody.
Yeah,
Cody,
I'm
right.
the only one that remembers. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Were any of them victims of the Civil War reenactment? There were people who were killed there.
Wait,
No.
no. I think there were some injuries, but no one was killed. I don't think, right?
Correct. Nobody was killed. There were a
'Cause we-
few injuries.
No. There people did die. At least the official report, people did die, but it was the zombies who died. Like
Correct.
the guy I beat the guy I beat to death with a 2x4. Well,
Right.
beat back to death.
Yeah, and I don't think they count
Phrasing,
that as a murder.
phrases you never think you're going to say.
But no, they didn't count that as. They just said that was like a corpse that was thrown.
What
on the field or
about the
something
cabin?
Like that, so.
Yeah, when I got hit by a mountain, weren't there a couple of people up there who were
There
dead?
were. Do I? I guess that's true. We did see some Walking Dead up there,
Yeah.
right? So were some of them the same? I guess is the question.
Well, I remember half of those people, as in the ones I remember who we saw at the cabin. I don't remember what we saw
Wait,
last
who
night.
was with us? It wasn't Sean, right?
Yeah, I was there, so I was at both events. So yeah, I might
No,
remember.
at the cabin. Who was that with us? It wasn't Sean, correct? It was somebody else.
It was
No.
Martin
No,
Sutton.
it was
Yeah,
Martin
Okay, it was
Sutton.
Martin.
Also,
Okay.
it was the
also
wizard.
Dakota.
It was the wizard.
Dakota was also there.
Yes.
Yeah, and Dakota, right?
Well, Dakota showed up later.
Yeah, Dakota's the one that scared everybody away. But yeah, do I recognize can I mentally match some of the pictures? I know the pictures from last night are still fuzzy, so it might be harder. But could I try?
Yeah. Give me a intelligence.
I'm just saying that
Mhm.
my
What-
issue is a bunch of dead people show up, but we don't know where these dead people
Hold
came
on,
from.
let me see if I can roll
What-
first.
what
Then
is
we can do it.
the-
Intelligence what?
What is the roll to try to remember
the thing-
something specifically?
Hold on, I think you. Didn't we?
That could be all sorts of things. That could be a straight up
No,
willpower test.
No,
his
I have a
ability
spec.
his ability has a specific thing, so it can't be a
Oh,
bunch of things.
Yeah, because I have
I
identical memory.
apologize. I thought you were just asking
No.
general.
That's in the player's guide, right?
Yeah. Should probably.
Merits. Here it is. Let's see. Mental. Mental. Let's see. Eidetic memory is. Where is it? My eyesight's going bad. Oh, there it is. Perfect recall. It is a perception plus alertness roll to try to fully memorize everything. But I think you said you were going to basically allow it for
Recalling
as well.
things too, yeah. So yeah, go ahead and roll that.
Yeah, it's what I perceived at that time, right? And the difficulty?
6.
It is 6, okay. Three, look at that.
See, if I recall correctly, there were 4 or 5 present. At least
At the
2.
cabin?
Yeah, at the cabin. At least 2 of them were killed or destroyed at the time, and
And he chased the rest. I don't know.
Yeah,
we don't know how many
chased
he
the
killed when he
rest.
chased them.
At least one of the ones that presumably he chased seems to have been present last night.
Okay, so there is a connection. Is it one of the ones that were killed? Or
Yes.
did they get away as well? Okay. Yes, one of them was. You are absolutely correct. I remember one. One from last night was also there at the cabin.
They become foot soldiers for whatever plans that they're working on.
You think whatever they were doing in the cabin itself to that dude would have turned him into one of these?
Maybe. It seemed to be I don't think they were ever going to let him go.
Out there in the cabin. So if there was any evidence of it, it'd be gone.
Yeah, out there where they can control everything.
Well, that's interesting. Okay. Well, hey, the good news is that it does seem that Demetria has followed through a little bit and given us some information. So, seems like a positive there.
Okay, I have a new follow-up question, and this is actually for Joe. Looking at the grainy picture, was she out at the cabin? Was she one of the volunteers?
Oh, I
No.
think I would have remembered that.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, I think I would have remembered that because we've been kind of searching for her. So,
Hey, I
Well,
got
that was before
I
we
got
got
hit
the
by a
picture, though.
mountain. Okay, that's all I remember.
That was also before we had a picture, though. So that would be
true.
a
That's
connection we
true.
might not necessarily have drawn.
Fortunately, now this makes me ask the question: Is okay? You say these zombies showed up at Sean's apartment and whatnot. Are you sure the target was Sean and not one of you guys?
It was Sean. They ran right past us to go into his apartment.
Okay. See, I thought y'all guys were like sitting in Sean's apartment and suddenly these guys just came busting through the door. Okay.
No. He called us, said he was being attacked, and then we came, and they were attacking.
That's all you remember. They were there.
And then something happened afterwards.
Yeah. After that, I ran a whole bunch of them over with my car. Okay, that's basically what happened, and they got chopped up by our friend.
Yeah. All right.
Hey,
Well,
straighten my head.
no, I understand. We also dictatorial, so to
Hunting
speak.
them down so
Yes,
much.
it's the police. The police have control of the city, and he's out there. But he's one person. I've never gotten the
Right.
indication that there are more of them. They seem to be
And that
rare.
could be, that's likely where he's hiding out. Okay, so yep, we have to do some checking on the sheriff's office and maybe check with our friend there and see what information we could get there about where the hideouts are out there. Maybe some place that we can investigate. Because I would much rather have this kind of crazy fight that we had last night, which you guys don't remember, out there. Okay,
I don't know what
moving
that
on.
is.
So what's the plan? Plan is to
Well,
Daniel, you're going
I'm going to the
to
sheriff's to try to figure out who this girl is.
be careful with this. We don't want to play our hand too hard, okay?
I'm not gonna do anything too terribly obscene. Don't worry. I plan on walking in there, looking around, and walking out. If I can get away with that without having to ask any questions, I'm not gonna be tipping my hand to anything.
Okay. I
Right.
mean, yeah, if not, make sure you have, I don't know, find something out there that maybe the sheriff's department investigated, so you have a plan B so that you can ask questions about it. Because you are,
I'm just basically going to go out there and do follow up on any information from the cabin.
okay, sounds great. Perfect. And Sarah, you're gonna talk to Do you want to talk to
Dakota?
yes, Dakota, thank you. Now my memory is starting to go crazy, so
Yeah, sure. I'll talk to him. I also want to try going through the records, whatever records there are of different missing persons, anything or deaths, whatever the sheriff's department has been reporting. I want to look for any patterns and anything they may be covering up. We heard about one hiker, but there may be a lot more that we never heard about.
are you trying to get the picture fuzzier? Nice.
This picture is
it.
too nice. I need to make it shittier.
Indeed.
Okay. Other options. I don't think we could do much until then. Yeah, Carl, just keep an eye out for anybody else trying to watch the apartment again. I hope they won't do anything as crazy as they did last time, but
I don't see how it'd do anything different.
they lost a lot last time, so that's at least a positive. I know you guys don't remember this, never mind, but
And who are they?
The Walking Dead.
It's like an organization of them, you think?
Yes, they were definitely
Or are they like
organized.
being controlled by somebody, you think?
Probably
Or
a little
there's
bit
a
of both.
couple of political figures among them that are like
Okay.
trying to accomplish something?
Our suspicion is that they were being controlled by our rogue vamp that created Sean.
Okay, I don't see why you would suspect that, but okay.
It seems our rogue vamp has something to do with the sheriff's department, based on the information that.
Yeah,
Well, we don't
doesn't-
actually
doesn't
know
matter.
that. It's a lot of extrapolation on my
Right.
part. I'm just trying to figure out some reason
we
why
know
Sean
our
was being
picture is
attacked.
possibly related. Dimitri, got
I
this
was having
information
like
yet?
a very different picture in my head about what's going on with these undead than you guys have.
What picture do you have?
Well, ever since the diner, I've kind of pictured that scattered amongst the individuals of this town is a significant number of undead, like hundreds, maybe thousands.
Yes, that's true.
Right, and like if somebody is controlling or manipulating them, that's one thing. Or if there's like maybe some kind of like organization of them and they know each other, that's another thing. But like I don't seem to see the same thing that you're seeing here.
I'm not saying that they're all organized. I'm saying that at least a group of them were organized. Now, whether they are being controlled as part of that or if they're doing it willingly, we don't know. But
If
they
you
are
asked me
organized.
2 days ago, I would not say that they were organized. But after last night, it seems that they are organized or they can be organized by something.
Yeah, that crowd outside your place, I saw them. I saw every one of them. They were all them. They were all Walking Dead.
Still don't talk.
You remember the crowd vaguely, right? The hooligans, right?
It was just such a bunch of individuals. Everyone
No.
you hanging
I
out,
assure
walking
you.
in the apartment complex from across the street. Maybe
I
there was maybe
assure
a couple
you.
others in cars.
I assure you that they were all Walking Dead.
Yeah, but like I said, there's still not that many you're talking about here.
It was like 10 of them. It's more than we've seen before.
Okay.
I'm not saying they're an army. I didn't suggest that, but they were more organized than we've seen them before. You know, that's a fairly decent group of them working together for one goal.
Trying to accomplish something, but we don't know what.
Trying to kill Sean.
You're not gonna remember that part. Okay. There's a suspicion that they were after Sean.
Okay, to like what? Get his lunch money?
Possibly harm him, kill him.
Okay.
Because
Sounds good to me.
okay, so and our connection is that the sheriff's, remember there was a sheriff's officer that was watching the place for a while.
Yeah, there
And-
was. I remember that.
Okay, and Demetria has told us, given the picture that I provided, that this person potentially works for the sheriff's department, which
Okay.
means that our rogue
I'm getting a picture. You think that like the rogue vampire guy is like somehow was trying to take out Sean?
Yes, the one that created him. Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure why.
It is
We had
potential
guesses.
because it's possible because he seems to be allying with Demetria instead of him. Meaning there's a thing between the two of them that they don't like.
Okay,
So,
you say so.
Hmm?
It just sounds really kind of iffy.
It is very
Essentially.
iffy. We're
It
making
is iffy.
guesses.
I mean, we're at this point the motives we're not sure of. That seems to be the only one that makes sense at the moment that we have information.
Like I mean, like I think be more of an incentive to get rid of evidence that could be used against him in front of other. We think this like the vampires have some sort of organization and investigation possibility.
I don't think he
So-
cares about that.
So if he did care about that, then that would be a good motive to get rid of Sean. But otherwise, some sort of power play that doesn't make any sense.
It's possible maybe we don't, because we're still limited on information. It's possible that there is a way to use Sean to lead them to him, but we don't know.
Okay.
Maybe it's some information we don't know about. So maybe he is seen as a threat because of that.
Maybe the blood was hell.
Maybe. But regardless, it's possible. Now, maybe they were there just to kidnap him. I don't know. I mean, but I don't know if they were there to kill him or kidnap him, but either way, they were there for him.
Okay.
So
I vaguely see where you're going.
okay. So right now, the goal would be to try to find this fuzzy picture and who they are. So at least we have a name to it. Okay, and I don't know what to do with these. So some of the ones were fresher than previous. So the argument there is whether or not the ritual in the woods was some attempt to make a Walking Dead out of that poor hiker that we saved, because they were surrounded by all those Walking Dead. So,
and if there's one we know about, there might be 20 we don't.
Right, which might be maybe this is their way of creating more. But why would they do so? I'm guessing they were waiting for him to die to do it, and he just hadn't died yet. That's my guess.
Yeah, you'd also want them to be in their lives still. Blending in.
Yeah. So again, this is just guesswork at this point, but it seems, since at least one of the ones from last night was there at the cabin, it seems at least somewhat related.
Those are the assumptions I'm going to be working with for now.
Yeah.
Until we find better ones.
We get more information, that's what we got.
All right.
I'm more than happy to change that if we get more information, but that's what we're working with at the moment. Those are leads, so we got to work with what we got. Okay. And dealing with that. But so Dimitri has at least pulled in her into the bargain. That's a start. Giving us information, sharing. I'll take that. And she apparently cleaned up the mess last night. Probably more for Sean than us, but it's still helpful for us.
So go ahead and get busy with some investigation now. We need more information.
Never going to let them mess with my brain again. Stupid.
Anyways, if y'all guys want to find out about dead people, y'all just need to go to the county office and
Yeah, that's
talk to
probably.
the clerk for death certificates.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's going to help me without pictures. So I don't know if they have pictures or not in those things. They
1849, I'm pretty sure that's, that might have been one of the people you hit with the truck, but that maybe not.
I think we need to focus on the
that's
fresher
helpful.
corpses. The evidence there is
Yeah. I will go to there
Because
and
if
see
you
I
get
can't
the
dig
date
up
of
the names
death,
of some of the
then
more
you can
recent
go
dead.
to the library and use one of those wonderful little telephoto machines. You scroll through and you look at the obituaries.
Oh, yep. And then get names, and then maybe if they died in some way that was in the news, then maybe their pictures will be there too.
Exactly.
I got research rank 4. Let's
There you
use
go.
it for something.
Oh, okay. All right. I think we got a plan.
All right, you got a plan.
Yes, we push Cody out in front of his truck, and that explains why, while it's in motion, that explains all the damage to it.
Nope. Luckily, I know why all the damage is there. That's not confusing me. So I have to go get my window fixed, though. So that's going to be my plan. Go get my window fixed. Busted up my stupid window. Just annoyed. So you guys do your thing. I'm going to go get my window fixed. So I'm going to go get a drink real quick. But
All right.
and I'll pay for lunch.
So Cody pays for lunch, then takes off to get his car fixed. Daniel was going to go to the sheriff's department.
Yep, that's where I'm going. Sheriff's Department.
And Sarah was going to do some research.
Yes, I'm looking for obituaries connected with the obituaries and missing person reports that could be connected to the sheriff's department. Like things where they investigated. I'm just trying to compile a list. Also trying to get images that I can show Cody later and figure out if there's any patterns about like where do people tend to go missing or die when the sheriff's department is investigating.
Oh, we have to talk to the werewolf too.
Yes. Oh, yes. And I need to talk to. I'll probably go talk to Jehuda
Werewolf?
first,
What
and then
werewolf?
go do the thing that's going to take.
I got hit by a mountain, man. Why are you bringing up a werewolf?
You met the werewolf. He's a nice guy.
No, actually, I don't remember. I failed, remember? I met him, but I don't remember it. I suffered, what is it? The
delirium.
Oh, right. Yeah.
The delirium, because he was there, and
I am getting robotic.
I suffered delirium. That might be me. Hold on. Test.
Gotcha.
Still robotic?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
All right, so Sarah, we'll start with that one. You will probably be spending the rest of the day in the library doing research. So give me...
Wait. We put Sarah in the library? What's wrong with us?
Why? Where would you rather she do research at?
I was making a joke.
because this is my job.
Give me.
Yes, we put the librarian in the library. This makes no sense.
What's going on? Intelligence research?
Yeah. Intelligence research. Your difficulty, however, is going to be a 9.
All right. Creative and genealogies will not be helping me today.
Nope.
Right.
That is different research.
And I'll spend 1 willpower on this. Can I spend willpower on like an extended test like this, or does it have to be like an immediate thing?
That's a good question. You can spend it on each roll you make, I guess. If it does take more.
Okay.
Until you run out.
All right. Yep. That'll be 2 successes. I'll mark off another willpower. Been burning through it quite a bit recently, but I still got some left.
Okay. And then I'm going to need 1 more with 1 fewer dice.
All right. And 1 more because 1 more willpower because we finally, and that'll be 0 successes, no botch.
Okay. So 1 more roll with 1 fewer dice again then.
All right. I might actually run out of willpower for the first time in this game. All right, that'll be 2 more.
Okay. So this is going to take you late into the evening. Probably around dinner time then. You're not finding any obituaries, but you are finding missing persons reports.
All right, that makes a lot of sense. Yep.
You are finding, and these are kind of like one and done missing persons reports. Whereas, I guess presumably you would think that if somebody was going to put it in the paper that somebody was missing, they would keep putting them in the paper that somebody was missing until the person showed up again. This is they appear once and then they stop appearing.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But
that is a good sign for token reports, yeah.
You managed to track down at least 6 of these in the past 2 months, of which 2 of them are students at the college, and the others are just random people from the town.
All right. And okay, so I'm going to be keeping those names in mind, and then I'm probably going to have to do some later research to see if I can find any connections between them, any way someone would have found all these people in particular. But that's going to be a much more complicated process.
Check the assigned detective.
And does this have like any contact information in terms of like, if you hear anything, contact this person, or is it all just going through like the sheriff's department, the police department, whatever.
No, the ones that you are finding are like personal ads in newspapers. So they do have contact somebody. There's phone numbers on them. And during some free time or whatever, you are welcome to generate names for those people.
Sure. All right.
Daniel, going to the sheriff's department. When you pull up to the sheriff's department out of town, you see at the top of the building where it normally lists the Sunrise County Sheriff's Department, you get you see a familiar image briefly.
Sorry, I see a familiar and then I had static.
Yeah, you see a familiar image briefly when you pull up to the sheriff's department.
Okay, what do I see?
You see that instead of the Sunrise County. Oops.
Oh, it's one of the symbols.
Yeah,
That is one of the
that took me a
symbols.
minute to catch on to.
And instead of Sunrise County Sheriff's Department, it says they are within. Just briefly as you pull it and then doing a double take, the symbol is gone and you get the normal logo and Sunrise County Sheriff's Department.
Well,
So hear me
somebody
out,
was
guys.
paying
What if
attention
we
to
just
them.
burn the sheriff's department to the ground with the doors locked? I'm just saying.
I'm sure Carl has some chains and some locks in the back of his truck.
Had a whole lot of lighter fluid for some reason.
Yep. Diesel. I bet he has a generator. There you go.
So what would you like to
Anything
do?
else would like
Well, first I'm going to, summon the will not to trap myself. No. Oh, let's see here. What would I like to do? Well, as I said, I'm already committed, and I already know what the worst they can do to me is. And it'll be fun to see if that happens. But I just go in like I normally would with my handy dandy little pen and notepad, and walk in, and I believe there was a receptionist.
Yes.
Hello. I was just coming in to see if there was any follow-up press releases or reports in regards to the recent missing persons out in the woods or up on the mountain. Just doing some follow-up for the paper.
That was weird. Okay. For some reason, the stream was capturing the very beginning of the table with the Hunter logo and not every time we've been switching. Okay, now it seems to be working fine. Okay. I'm sorry, repeat that now. The receptionist is there.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Repeat what you said, because I missed it.
Oh, I came in, I showed my credentials, and I was like, hey, I'm just here doing some follow up to see if there was any further press releases in regards to that incident out in the woods with the missing hiker.
The missing hiker. She stops. She seems to type something on her computer, which the screen and stuff is facing away from you.
While she's doing that, I'm going to be like looking around, just observing things in general, seeing if I see the blurry image girl.
No, you don't see her. There are
Okay.
not that many people in view from the front office, the front of the office.
Oh yeah. As I said, it's just that was what I was going to do nonchalantly while I was waiting patiently for an answer to my question.
No, the hiker was found, taken to the hospital. Weren't you part of the volunteer team?
Yeah, but I had an accident while I was on. I was actually also went to the hospital. Had an accident while I was up on the mountain. Bad step and whatnot. So I didn't necessarily get all the information at the time. That's why I was like, my boss is like, "Hey, get out there, get the info." Okay, boss. You know how it is.
She seems to type in a few other things and does some stuff, and then you hear a, let's see, 2002. No, it's not a dot matrix printer yet at this time still. So next to her, a printer starts to print out a few things, and it seems to be going a little slow, and then she pulls them out and, huh, looks like you wrote this article. And she slides it under.
Oh yeah. That's based on my notes from before I fell off the mountain. As I said, I didn't get all the information, and as I said, and my boss was like, "Hey, did you do the follow up yet?" And I was like, "Oh."
No, we talked to the let's see here, the victim when he was in the hospital. Uh, looks like he had a mild concussion. Didn't really remember what was happening. He had been hiking. Um, he was released. I don't have a date. The hospital would know when he was released from when he was discharged. But no, as far as anything I have, the investigation, there was no evidence of a crime or anything. It's just a missing person, and he was found, and he's safe.
Okay, sounds good. As I said, it was just one of those things that my boss was just making sure I didn't miss anything.
Right.
All right. Well, thank you for your time, and hope you have a wonderful day.
Thank you. You too.
And with that, I'll just leave and go sit out in my car and make it, look like I'm making a phone call while writing down some notes in my notepad, and I will basically stake out the sheriff's department for a bit.
Okay. Give me... How long are you going to stay here?
Probably not that long. Probably about 20, 30 minutes at most.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they'll notice me. Somebody will notice me in that time frame and be like, what's that idiot doing?
Okay. Nothing out of the ordinary happens. You aren't swarmed by officers. Nobody goes running into a police car and hauling ass out of the station or anything like that. Nothing out of the ordinary happens.
God, I hope not. I mean, damn, I just came in and asked about a cabin.
And you do not see anybody that would match the description of the grainy image.
Okay. It's going to take some time, so I'm not that worried about it.
Cody was getting his
At
car
this point,
fixed.
I'm actually going to go to the courthouse. I'm going to talk to some of my contacts I have there. And I have a general description of her. I'm guessing I can tell that she has dark hair and dark eyes.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. As I said, I'll just be asking if anybody, the few contacts I have in the courthouse, be like, she sounds familiar to anybody around here? Like, is she like a clerk or something? Because clerks would run paperwork back and forth between the offices, while the police go do their jobs.
Just by giving them a description, somebody... That sounds vaguely familiar. I think, and they start to think, and they start passing around names, and each one like, wait, was that this one? Yeah, no, that wasn't the right one. That, and they start naming people and seem to be crossing those people off of their lists.
I'll let them go through their list.
Their process.
Nadia, maybe? Nadia. Maybe, yeah, I think she's new. I think she graduated last year, the year before, and yeah, it might sound like her. She's young, dark hair, darker eyes.
Okay, uh, do they say what her job is? Like, is she a clerk like I thought?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, well, I thank my friends for their time, and I'll head to the library to go talk to Sarah.
And what is Carl doing this time? Fixing the apartment up?
There would be some repair work, yes, but also I want to head downtown and practice myself.
Okay.
Pick random people to follow. See how long I can do it before they notice.
Were you going to repair before or after?
Before.
Okay. It's the strangest thing. There's no reason why this door should be busted in.
Yep, I know.
Nobody reported it. Nothing. It's like, what the hell?
It's Sean's door.
Yep. And you notice, because you'd have to peek in at least, there's nothing of value out in the open. Not that his apartment really had a whole lot anyway. I think Cody and Sarah and Ezekiel had been in there, so if they had shared anything, his apartment was pretty much college furnished, right? A couple milk crates for tables and things like that. Nothing's permanent. They had not been in the bedroom, and the kitchen the last time had a whole bunch of takeout containers at that one time. But so it's hard to say if anything was here that has been left behind, or if they cleared anything out, or if it just didn't really have anything to make it lived in general. But obviously there's not much here to steal, so nobody's actually come in.
Okay.
There's a couple blood stains on the front. Would probably be hardwood for the front room entryway, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, it's not really my business.
But yeah, you can get the door fixed. You have the supplies. You probably have lengths of wood in the right measurements for the door jambs. And then you go out to practice. While you are practicing, give me a perception awareness. Difficulty 6. How many did you get?
Oh, 2. Wasn't holding for talk. Sorry.
2. While you are practicing, and you had just talked to Mercury recently, so this is not one of the nights he's out here either. You're on your own. You notice that you are being watched.
Could identify who's doing the watching?
Yeah, looking around, you see somebody. Where are you at, first of all, doing the practicing?
Probably at a shopping plaza area.
Okay.
Someplace with a lot of outdoor activity.
Leaning up against a wall, probably on the opposite side of an open area next to a few of the shops, seems to be a man in a. He's wearing a long coat, smoking a cigar. He's not staring at you, but he seems to be paying more attention to you than anybody else. And it's not one of those things where when you notice him and glance at him that he suddenly looks away. He just keeps kind of looking at you, at least for a second or two when you notice, before he then looks away at somebody else, but his eyes move back to you sooner than what might be normal.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have any reason to confront him at the moment. So, I'll just, keep at it. If he wants to watch me. Make note of his activities when I glance in that area. So I'll notice when he moves or leaves or something like that.
He doesn't. Go ahead. He doesn't seem to go anywhere for the time being. And when you are finished with your practicing, he still seems to be there, but he is not at the moment paying much attention to you anymore.
Do I notice who he's paying attention to?
Now it just seems to be random people. Not too long on any given person.
Okay. I'll stop at a fast food place on my way home and head back.
Okay. When you get back home, there is a similar no. There's a strange car, an old sedan, parked on the street. Seems to be facing you, so the direction you're coming from, it is facing that direction. And it has dark windows, and as soon as you pass it, it seems to start up and take off in the opposite direction. And there's some weird sensation like you should remember that car, but you don't.
What's the license plate? Can I remember that?
No, the front does not have a license plate.
Okay. Okay. Not much I can do about it right now.
And then we get to Daniel and the library with Sarah and the lead pipe.
I sure hope not.
Sorry, the wicker pipe.
No. It's 2x4, remember?
It's not as fun.
All right. Well, Sarah is not difficult to find as she stares with mostly dead eyes at a giant pile of notes and printed pages as she is scrolling through yet another. Staring at the microfiche of all the newspapers from the last several months. Oh, hey, Daniel, what's going on?
I share my information with Sarah.
Meaning, what? That
I found out who the girl is.
Nadia?
Yeah, that was the name, right?
That was the name they gave you that matches that description.
And what did she do?
She's a clerk. She recently graduated.
Okay, a recent graduate. Okay, there might be connections there in the college. And do you know any idea where she is now, or have they seen her recently, or?
I didn't want to forget anything, so I came and told you immediately.
Okay.
But yeah, no, the only other thing I got was basically it looks like our story stuck, and because when I went to the sheriff's office, they were like, "Oh, well, you wrote this up." I was like, "Oh yeah."
Okay.
But no, the other
But
thing was the kid who was in the who was in a part of the incident. He's been released from the hospital, so don't know if you want to do follow up on that. Oh wait, that's Ezekiel that likes to go do follow up. And
okay, yeah, we could follow up with him, see if he remembers anything about how he was taken.
I think we did talk to him already,
Oh,
and he
did we?
couldn't remember anything.
Yeah, that's
we talked to
probably
him.
that
We
sounds
talked to him
familiar.
while he was in the cabin, but the thing of it is he probably had the same problem I did, which was delirium. I think he got a pretty good eyeful of big and fuzzy.
No, he was unconscious.
Yeah, we talked to him afterwards. I'm
And he
almost
was
positive we talked to him afterward.
airlifted to the hospital. So if you talk to him afterwards, he probably wasn't all that coherent.
Yeah, I do remember that. He just he said I think he fell and just didn't remember anything after that or something like that, right? I think that's what he
Okay,
basically
so
said.
yeah, we should go talk to him and see if he remembers what happened at all more than that. Okay.
Yeah, because it has now only been less than
Damn.
2 weeks since it happened.
Yeah. Time flies when it only passes every 2 weeks when everyone's available. All right. Yes. Okay. So we need to follow up with Stan. And also now we have Nadia, who. Let's see. I remember. Who there was another body drained of blood, crime scene near the motel, and she was noticed with him. So that's something else. That's something tying the sheriff's department to our rogue vampire, because that was the crime scene where the second dead body was found, or blood drained body was found, and Nadia was spotted there. Not sure in what capacity, but some kind of important, some kind of capacity such that the homeless guy decided to report it to us. Okay. All right. Good. So. Oh yes, I have a list of various people, missing persons reports that seem kind of unusual. There was no follow up or anything like that, and I need to talk to the people who made the ad, see if I can find any connections, see if I can find any evidence of how the sheriff's department might be locating the people they may be taking. All right. So yeah, we should go talk to Stan tomorrow. And also, is anything else that we needed to discuss now? I'm trying to track all the different threads we got going on. Nope. All right. See, I think Sarah's probably just going to go ahead and get some sleep after melting her eyes today, and then see about talking to Stan and also the other people who filed missing person reports tomorrow.
All right. Cody, after you fixed your truck, any plans for the night?
Probably go home and use his meditation techniques to get his brain back in order, because he's really annoyed with this.
Okay.
He does not like this. He's gonna meditate the rest of the night.
Angry meditation.
Yes, he doesn't know how to handle. Like, I think it's funny because, like, I'm imagining he's mad, but he's also mad that he's mad because he's hated his memory for so long, and now's the time he doesn't remember something. But now it's like he's mad about not remembering it, even though he's like he doesn't know what to do with this.
Yeah, except when you get home, there's no longer any context to need to remember, so you don't remember.
Oh, right. Like, at that point, I'm starting to forget anyways. Right, yeah. Okay, makes sense. So, like I get home, it's like he knows he wanted to meditate, but he doesn't remember why.
Yeah. And you have that
you wanted to meditate, and you were angry about it, but you don't remember why you wanted to meditate or why you were angry about it.
Yes!
Yeah, because there's nothing to share with anybody, so there's no need to try to remember anything. So, I was mad for why?
Nothing. Okay, it's fine. Whatever. Got my truck fixed. I don't even remember what happened to it. Whatever. I don't know. Alright. You know what? I'm going to take a nap. I'm going to sleep. I'm done.
Your truck had a broken window. That's pretty much all you remember. The front was, the blood was cleaned off, and the dents were pulled out as well. So all it had was a broken window. So it must have been somebody...
Wait, someone actually pulled out my dents?
Yeah.
My truck was already dented. That wasn't necessary.
Before you... Well, the normal dents that it had are still there. The fresh dents were not. So in the morning, you guys can... I don't know who all is going to track down Stan and go visit him.
That is going to be me. I would also probably let Cody know what I'm doing, and also I'm going to ask him about I've got these other people I want to posted missing person reports that the sheriff's department would theoretically be responsible for, and I think they might not have actually been followed up on.
I'll go with you on that, Sarah.
Ah, okay. I was thinking, well, we need a reason to approach them. We don't have any information. I was thinking maybe we could say we were approaching on behalf of your business, Cody. Just in terms of, a private detective looking for work. This would be the kind of thing he'd dig up. Yeah.
Yes, I can work with this. You have the information on them?
Yes, I have. I have their names. Two of them associated with the college.
Come by my office first before you guys go and just drop it off.
Sure. Yeah. All right. All right. So
you drop off the list of names?
Yes. I'll drop off the list of names. You want the list of names?
Yes. Oh, you mean him?
Yes. He asked me to generate them. So.
When it matters, I mean, you can post them somewhere.
Sure. Right. I was still in the process of generating the names of the missing people and the relations they had to them and things like that. But generally speaking, I don't know if you want to do these one by one or anything, but what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going to all these people saying, hey, we're working with such and such private detective. We noticed that you put out this missing persons ad. Wanted to ask you about this person, where they were last seen, who their associates in town were. Did they go to any clubs? Do they have any groups of people who might have known their locations and things, who might have known their whereabouts or known what their intentions were or anything like that. And basically, I'm looking for any patterns related to that.
There is a handout now that you can edit.
Okay.
Mark down which of the two were the college students. And then between games, I will try to generate some info.
Okay.
For Stan, what are you trying to get from him, so we can kind of expedite the information process here?
Oh, this is a. I can.
Oh, and
drop
that's
a
what
file
I meant.
here.
I was going with you on is to go talk to Stan, because we can use my cover as a journalist to be like, "Hey, we're just following up. This is one of your rescuers, by the way, and I just wanted to get like a person-to-person type interview. You know, how's it feel? Blah blah blah, stuff like that. That way, we can ask some not necessarily non-invasive questions without seeming hostile or like interrogating them."
So yeah, so what info are you trying to get from him?
Sarah, I mean, this is. I'll ask the questions. I just need you to, kind of lead me on this one.
Oh, Owen.
Yes.
He wants to know what kind of questions do you want from Stan, the guy from the cabin?
Oh,
Yes.
Stan. What does he remember about the time before he was captured? Before he went missing? Was he with anyone? Did anyone know where he was going? Did he see anyone from the sheriff's office on his way up there who may have known that he was going there? Like, where was the last places he stopped on his hike? Were there any campsite he went to? I'm trying to figure out like where the sheriff's department is clearly getting these people somehow. So presumably they are at some point. There's someone sitting at some bar somewhere saying, "Ah, that guy, he's going to be off the grid for a while. Let's grab him." And I'm trying to figure out where that would be.
Okay, so when it comes to asking questions about the sheriff, I'm going to have to be a little bit less
Yeah.
direct. So what I'm going to say is okay. So some of the sheriffs helped you out and helped you into the ambulance and stuff like that, and probably came to talk to you. Do you feel like you ever recognized them before, like you'd seen them around, like maybe you saw them on your way out to go for your hike or something like that?
Okay.
Mhm.
Instead of going,
Yeah.
which one of the sheriff's people grabbed you?
Yeah. I mean, you probably ask it along the lines of, I don't think it's too unusual to ask like, do you remember encountering anyone from law enforcement while you're up there? Like that's something you could be asking. Figure out like how safe the area was. There are ways you could frame it. But yeah.
All right. He was hiking with a few friends. They knew. They all knew where they were going. Obviously, a few friends did not want to go. They were also aware of where they were going. He remembers slipping and falling. He doesn't remember much else. He vaguely remembers a figure and a warm sensation at some point, and then he vaguely remembers a helicopter ride to the hospital. he remembers waking up in the hospital. There are no law enforcement in any of his memories. Afterwards, during the hospital visit, somebody did come and ask him what had happened, and they seemed satisfied with the fact that he slipped at some point. They were, glad that he was found safe, recovered, no permanent injuries and none of that. And then he was released from the hospital probably about 4 days ago. He is a student. He has leave, obviously.
Oh yeah. Well, actually, one of the questions I was going to ask him was, crap. Sorry. What was he studying? As I said, I'm just trying to make it seem like I'm doing a person-to-person, get some background on him, blah blah blah, stuff of that nature.
Yeah, he's just a college student. Nothing important.
Okay. That would. I mean, is there anything else I need to be asking him here, Sarah?
I would like to know if there was. I would like to know if there's anywhere that he was like, where he was like seen, known that he was going to be hiking, but wasn't with his friends at that time, because I'm assuming they would target hikers who are alone to avoid this kind of situation. Our worst case scenario is that they stumbled on him by chance in the woods. I'm hoping that there's some kind of organization to this that we could latch in on and try to investigate from. But
He does not remember a time when he wasn't with friends. And you guys also had an account from the friends because they could not get to him. And so they were the ones to then leave and get help, which is when the rescue mission or the search mission was started.
Yeah, okay. So maybe he just slipped, was in the woods, and then got grabbed, which would make this difficult to follow up on.
Yeah, if there's any type of targeting or isolating, he is not aware of it.
Yeah, which, I mean, I guess it makes sense. He was found. He was probably just a target of opportunity. Found a hiker alone in the woods and grabbed him. The others might be more promising. All right, I don't have anything else.
Give me a... what is this? A wits plus... probably... investigation?
Just Sarah or me as well?
Both, well, one of you can roll first, and any successes the other person can get that many more dice on.
Difficulty 6?
Difficulty 6. So who would like to roll first then? Actually, no. Both of you roll. We'll just count the total successes.
All right. Well, level-headed helping me or no?
Yes.
Okay. That is a very good roll for me, not being good at this.
I glitched. Well, no, I just failed. I didn't glitch.
Yep.
Yep, you just failed.
3 for Sarah, nothing for Daniel.
So Sarah, thinking about the isolation and somebody targeting him and all of these things, there is a potential possibility here. Is that one of the friends somehow was involved?
That would be... Yeah, I'm going to have to get the list of the friends there, and then I'm going to have to comparing that with the other 2 people who went missing from the college. I'm going to have to see if I can bring up that name somehow. See if that does come up. Okay. But that still does seem very odd if they knew that he was going to get reported like that. I guess maybe they could have just been planning on the search parties not finding him because we only found him with a warlock. So they might have just not cared if he went missing and then a search parties went out and never found him, and that was the end of the story. Okay. Also, one more thing I'm just wondering about. This might just be like a general knowledge type thing, or a question for the people who are involved in like media and town politics. But is there any particular connection between Rockwell and the sheriff's department? Rockwell Developments and the sheriff's department? I just want to make sure I'm asking that early.
Any
Because,
type of link in what way?
like, I don't know. I'm just wondering about like generally obvious things like is he known to donate a lot of money to whatever charity event they run every year or two, or does he own a lot of property in the areas that they police that they manage, or is he mostly in the area of the police manage?
There is, let's see, I can move you over here and point out any obvious things. His, let's see, I have some markings here, right? That location, that's one of the ice cream side of the college. Remember the green sort of circle, it represents city limits.
Mm-hmm.
Be within city limits.
Mm-hmm.
Within city limits.
Yeah. Okay.
As far as donations go, nothing stands out that you are aware of.
All right.
There's no like public or obvious association involved.
Yeah. I don't have any reason to dig further. I'm just wondering if there's anything obvious. And it looks like he's just kind of this looks very opportunistic, and he's mostly operating within city limits right now, so I don't have any reason to look into that further.
Also, you are aware too, I think it was shared, he was surveying down by the Mega 6.
Which is where a body was found.
Yeah, nearby.
Yeah, okay.
The body was found after he was scoping that out, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, he was there at the same time when I went down there to get the information and whatnot. I happened to see him down there and tried to ask him some questions, and he didn't seem too thrilled with that idea.
Yeah, I think when there is when the body outside over here was found.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. I mean, I was out there for a reason. I wasn't stalking the man.
Well,
Sure.
that's your problem. You should have been. Okay. Well, I will just mention we do know there was some kind of conflict near the Mega Six, between some groups of people, and we can rule out Dakota and we can rule out Demetria's vampires, because I think we would know about it if it was with them. It was between the sheriff's department people and someone, and not those. So I'm just gonna imagine that it could maybe have been Rockwell. And I need to add a whole bunch of stuff to the cork board because I've not updated that in a little while, and so many red lines. I'm not gonna update it right now, but probably sometime this week. Hop on there and get that up to date.
It sounds like people have investigations to do, so we can probably like skip a week or two, maybe a week.
Yeah, because I would like to look into all the missing people and see what commonalities we can find, and I would basically probably see if I can't figure out some sort of pattern or something that gives that might allow us to get a clue as to why they're choosing certain people and stuff. And of course, eliminate anybody I assume is actually literally just ran away from home or something and not actually been hunted down or whatever. So maybe attempt to locate them if I can.
And besides the victims, we may want to do some quiet staking out of the sheriff's department, see if there's any people who are visiting there very frequently, or interacting with them very frequently, that are not necessarily should be, but no, that's probably too dangerous. Tailing these people seems like a good way to give ourselves away.
Yeah.
But what what I could do, I think, is like, okay, I've got some level of in with just like the homeless community around here, and they may be observing some kinds of things. If I just turn up the conspiracy theorists just a little bit, I might hear a lot. I might hear a lot of things from them, and then maybe to pull out some wheat from the chaff.
Maybe, but a lot of them probably don't interact with the sheriff's department as much as they do the local police. So
yeah, most of that is going to be within the city.
Yeah,
so. I don't have good rural connections.
Yeah, I don't think any of us do. So
no, that would be a problem.
Well, actually, more than likely, homeless community. If there are any like homeless tent cities or anything like that, they're not in the city limits, so the sheriff would deal with them.
Yeah, the biggest one was like in the Mega 6 area. And like I tried there earlier, but I was asking about something pretty specific that they had been mind wiped on. So maybe if I just start asking about like, if I just start angling the idea, I think the sheriff's department is up to something, and see if I just get a guy to just go off ranting about things for 15 minutes.
Heck, you could just go with some general questions like, hey, who is it that comes and checks up on y'all, or anything like that, or which sheriff is, or which deputy hassles y'all the most, just get some info. As you said, set them off, but set them off in a direction.
Yeah, set them off with a direction. Is this new Discord channel where you want us to put all these plans we have for next session?
Yeah.
All right.
For general, what you want to do, let me...
Actually, in that case, Cody, did you want to take the list of like missing people and try to draw the connections there, and then
Yeah.
I'll go with the investigating the sheriff's department that way.
Yeah,
That
I
makes
can
sense.
deal with the missing people because I think I can handle that, and if anything, I can even bring Daniel with me since he could be doing a report on it. It works out. See, you got a reporter and investigator investigating missing people. I think it works out. See, we're very legitimate that way. See, look at that. But yeah, plus I would obviously be looking at like how the search actually, manifested within the sheriff's department. If they did anything, did they help, or whatever? Did they feel they helped? Or, of course, if there's like weird bento blocks, I would be notating as well.
Yeah. So in that channel, anything that needs an answer, post like general questions or what kind of answers you would like.
Okay.
For the time, we can basically skip info gathering. And
It's almost midnight already.
Yeah,
so
now it's probably a good time to end it. So everybody get 4 experience, 1 point of willpower, and 1 point of conviction.
Okay. Now, is this like normally you regenerate 1 point of willpower per night, or is that different?
Actually, yeah, we're gonna skip time, so everybody can refresh your willpower for next time.
6 points of willpower refreshed.
You said 4 experience?
Yeah, 4 experience.
And 1 point of conviction?
And 1 point of conviction, yes.
Alright, +1 to mercy.
And unfortunately, looking at the calendar, the 20th, I may not be able to play. I don't know exactly yet. That is the next NASCAR race in Vegas, and I usually have to work those.
Oh, okay. So
But
it's a we'll see.
Yeah, attendance has been dwindling over the past few years, so there's a chance I'll be all right. It's hard to say at the moment.
Got it. We will keep an eye on your calendar statement.
That will be a tentative. And other than that, thank you everybody for hanging out.